It's Monday, August 24, and this is your Barbados Today Evening News Update. The island's teachers' unions are still not happy that the Ministry of Education is pressing ahead with tomorrow's planned consultation on the resumption of school at the Wilde Gymnasium. President of the Barbados Union of Teachers, Pedro Shepherd, maintains a meeting in an enclosed space with more than 2,000 people in the midst of a pandemic is not a good move. He maintains that the ministry stepped out of line when it bypassed unions and approached teachers.
We were in discussions with the ministry. We attended a meeting, an online meeting, which it was stated that there would be 10 meetings, 2 per day for 5 days across the country at different locations, smaller numbers. And that is what we heard at the meeting, and that's what we agreed to some extent. To come and change it the following day to say that there are going to be 3 meetings, 3 locations, obviously much larger numbers, that we consider it really to be a unilateral decision, one, and to be a sign of disrespect.
Shepherd, however, made it clear that his union will not stand in the way of teachers attending the meeting.
The invitation was issued on a personal level. The letter said their teacher. So the teachers really have a choice to go or not to go. The union is not advocating to them one way or the other. If they believe that the Prime Minister can write them and say come to a meeting and they want to go, fine. If they feel like the Prime Minister writing them is bypassing their representatives, the unions, and the choice is really up to the teachers. It's a personal and individual choice. My choice as Pedro Shepherd, a teacher, is that Pedro Shepherd, the teacher, will not attend.
President of the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union, Mary Redmond, said in a statement today that in the interest of health and well-being in a COVID-19 environment, union members are asking the government to stick to its own protocols and host gatherings of no more than 500 people. But even amid the rumblings, education authorities today assured the Wilde Gymnasium is ready for the talks set for 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. In a statement issued by the Barbados Government Information Service, the ministry said COVID-19 protocols are in place. It noted that seats on the main floor were distanced 3 feet apart and seats in the stands are marked to observe physical distancing rules. Persons utilizing the stands are asked to sit only in the seats which have markers. In addition, sanitization stations are set up at the entrance of the gymnasium and there will be temperature checks. Minister of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs Cynthia Ford, Minister of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment Dwight Sutherland will also attend the talks. The Director of the COVID-19 Monitoring Unit, Ronald Chapman, will also be present. Minister of Home Affairs, Information and Public Affairs Wilfred Abrams wants the Probation Department to step up its efforts to help keep the nation's youth on the right path. In fact, he has challenged staff there to come up with a new mission statement that is relevant and captures what the department is all about in 2020. Abrams shared his vision today as he toured the robot streets in Michael headquarters of the government agency, which aims to reduce the incidence and impact of delinquency and crime. He said there's a need for the department to keep young people on a positive path and make a positive difference to its clients. Minister Abrams also cited the need for government departments that offer services to the youth to communicate more effectively with each other and not operate in silos so that the needs of the youth can be better addressed. Virgin Atlantic passengers headed to Barbados and other destinations will benefit from COVID-19 insurance cover free of charge. The British carrier, which resumed services to Barbados on August 1, announced today it was offering what it described as the most comprehensive COVID-19 cover by any major airline. The complimentary insurance of up to Barbados $1.3 million for travel between August 24, 2020 and March 31, 2021 covers emergency medical costs, associated expenses such as transport and accommodation, repatriation costs, as well as any costs incurred if a customer is denied boarding or held in quarantine. The insurance policy with Alliance Assistance takes effect in the event that a Virgin Atlantic customer or travel companion contracts COVID-19 while on a trip. The airline's chief commercial officer said they are focused on the health and safety of people and customers, and the COVID-19 cover ensures customers can continue to fly safe and fly well.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now. At the height of a spike in COVID-19 cases, health authorities in Jamaica are pleading with citizens not to panic. We get more in this report from Television Jamaica.
Over 23.4 million cases of the coronavirus globally. The United States has over 5.7 million, followed by Brazil with 3.6 million cases. Now Jamaica sits at 141 based on the number of cases in the island. However, that's not sitting well with many who have taken to social media, blasting the government for reopening its borders too soon. Speaking at a COVID press briefing last night, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton sought to reassure the public.
Over the past few days, the public would have seen an uptick, some may describe a surge, in the number of COVID cases. We have had discussions around that. The Honorable Prime Minister has had his press brief and has given new restrictions around that uptick or surge.
That was little to no relief to what was to come next from the Health Minister, the announcement of the single largest jump in one day.
So today, the August 23rd, 2020, the past 24 hours, the country has recorded 116 new samples that have tested positive for COVID-19. That's in the last 24 hours. The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Jamaica is now 1,529. The newly confirmed cases are 68 females and 48 males, with ages ranging from 17 to 85 years.
Of those numbers, 51 of the cases are from Kingston and St. Andrew and 10 are from St. Thomas. In relation to Kingston and St. Andrew, questions have been swirling as to why there has not been a lockdown of the parish similar to that of St. Catherine on April 15.
On the international front, a black man was hospitalized in serious condition after police shot him several times in the back as he opened the door of a parked vehicle in Wisconsin. The man has been identified as 29-year-old Jacob Blake.
A police shooting in Wisconsin left a black man hospitalized and in serious condition on Sunday evening, leading crowds to gather and later protest at the scene. The demonstrations add to the anger against police brutality and racism boiling across the United States since the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis in May. Police in the town of Kenosha said Sunday's shooting took place at around 5 p.m. local time as officers were responding to what they called a domestic incident. A graphic video circulating on social media allegedly shows the man walking towards a car followed by 2 officers, with one of them shooting him as he opens the car door. Police say the victim was immediately taken to a hospital. They offered no explanation as to what led to the shooting, but said the shooting will be investigated by the Wisconsin Department of Justice. According to U.S. media reports, multiple fires were set at the scene by a crowd of more than 60 protesters.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.